Another music video that is just straight up full of occult symbolism. BTS, the song's called Come Back Home, and straight away they're basically destroying stuff. It's the same agenda all the time. They basically act like they're going against the Illuminati when they're not. The Weeknd did the same, smashing all his belongings up in his apartment. See, what that simulates is they're willing to give everything up. They're giving all their possessions and everything they own to the Illuminati. That's what it means. Doesn't mean they're turning their back on the Illuminati. You can't turn your back on the Illuminati. Simple as that. Once you've sold your soul, that's it. It's over. You can't. The only way out is death. That's the only way out. Because that's what they don't understand when you sell your soul. That's it. It's over. You can't go to Satan and say, "Oh, I want my soul back." They'll kill you. They'll take you out. Like they say, once a Freemason, always a Freemason. And once you're in, same with the Yakuza and that, once in, the only way out is death. That's what they do. If you want out, they'll kill you. That's the only way you get out. But as you see, the OCNI's tattoo. One of them basically gets a tattoo of the OCNI. And noticed how it's enlightened and glowing. People don't just get this tattoo for no reason. This is basically them showing we've sold our soul to the industry. Like I said, somebody offered them a contract. Now we know who it was. The Illuminati. This is the OCNI represents the Eye of Horus and the Eye of Lucifer. This is why you see this OCNI on the back of the US dollar. Because this is who is really in power and controls the world, Satan. But Satan only controls the world for a short bit of time, and then he will get destroyed one day. On Judgment Day, the Illuminati think that their little empire that they built on Earth is going to last forever. No, it isn't. The elite actually think on Judgment Day that they can hide underground in their little underground bunkers that they've spent billions on. They actually believe that they can hide underground. And even God says in the Bible when it says in the Bible, hide us from him that sitteth upon the throne, for the great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand? It says it in the Bible. That's the elite basically saying, hide us from God. What are we going to do? The simple solution is they'll be going to hell. It's where they'll be going. Because those who deny the Father and the existence of the Father will have their place in the lake of fire. But many artists have got it. Justin Bieber's got the same tattoo, the OCNI, and then he's got believe above it, basically saying believe in the Illuminati and worship and believe in the Antichrist. That's all it is. They're pushing you to worship the Antichrist over and over again like they always do. All seeing eye, I'm getting a tattoo. It's not really a surprise. It says it all. These people have sold the soul in K-pop. This just goes unnoticed. There's no excuse they sold the soul. I mean, they destroy. There's basically they spray paint the name on a wall and then light it on fire, acting like they're going against the Illuminati. They're not. As I said, once in the Illuminati, always in the Illuminati, you can't get out. There's no way out. The only way out is death. When you're so deep in the Illuminati, the only way out is death, because they can't let somebody basically come out the Illuminati and speak out against it, because it'll undo most of the brainwashing they've done. That's why they killed him. As we see, he's the one that's getting the tattoo of the OCNI. Notice the dragon as well in the background, and notice this here. Look closely. A demon. See the horns? Most likely references to the Baphomet as well. Look at it here, a little demon face, hidden in plain sight. And what does the dragon represent? Lucifer. Lucifer is known as the great red dragon and the serpent. But as you see, and there's basically like a pyramid above it. Basically looks like a gorilla, to be honest, but looks like a skull as well. Well, as you see though, the dragon, and he's the one getting the tattoo. So it says it all. They've sold the soul. A known occult symbolism in the Illuminati, the skull and bones, reference to rock and roll and death metal. Notice the cash as well. They're willing to die for cash. The skull simulates the occult. In the occult, it's also connected in witchcraft. They use it in witchcraft. A crystal diamond skull is known in witchcraft. They use it because they believe it has power. Witches love silver and diamonds. But this simulates skull and bones. The skull simulates death. We know that the elite, basically the Satanists, when they perform a ritual and kill someone, they basically drink out of their skull. Reason why? Because they believed after they basically killed that person, if they drink out of their skull, that they won't have repercussions, they won't have karma, that they won't be cursed or anything. That's what they believe. So that's why they do it. And as well, notice the red and black Satanism colours. And there we go. Obviously they were probably on drugs at one point in their life, as these are drugs here. They were probably on drugs. See, it basically looks like the breaking free of the Illuminati. No, this is what they all do. They all look like the breaking free and they're not. This agenda over and over again. Over and over again. This is what they're promoting is going to happen on September the 23rd. When it's complete lies and garbage. Nobody knows the day but the Father in heaven. Nobody knows. The world ain't gonna end on September the 23rd. It's complete garbage. The Planet X agenda, like always, promoting that Planet X exists. If you're a Christian, you shouldn't believe in Planet X because it's lies. Planet X is connected to the Anunnaki and the ancient aliens lie, which they're actually demons. The Planet X, basically, they try and say that when Jesus was crucified, that a black eclipse, basically this unknown Planet X, which is complete bull. How, if Planet X did exist and it's so dangerous, if it's so dangerous, and then they prove here that they can just fake it, so it's obviously not real. But so the cult agenda, they basically believe in a black sun. This is what this is. Black sun agenda. This is another planet. A planet basically comes over the sun, darkens it. Doesn't happen that way. We know that. God turns the sun dark, not some planet. I mean, this planet is so unknown that even God didn't know about it. I mean, it's a cult agenda. They're just pushing it onto the masses, getting them to worship and be in fear day in, day out, believing in this lie that Planet X exists, this Nibiru. It never existed from day one. I mean, just look at the research. They said in 2012 that it went past Earth. Yeah, it's supposed to be the most dangerous planet in existence, that even if it come a little bit near the Earth would feel effects. So clearly it didn't happen. It's complete lies. They change the story every single time, saying, oh, it's going to come this year, it's going to come that year. Oh, Planet X is in the atmosphere. Yeah, they said it could blow the Earth up. They just make it up. It's all to basically get people hyped, basically saying, oh, Jesus Christ is going to return tomorrow, and then when it doesn't happen, people start to lose their faith and get impatient. So the plan, it's the agenda. Planet X does not exist. But you can clearly see this is a planet going over the sun. The agenda of the occult, the worship, sun, it's basically sun worship as well. The black sun. Basically, the sun wheel that the Nazis created. That's what it is. It's the black sun worship, because they believe there's two suns. The sun that God created, there's another unknown one. Why wasn't it mentioned in the Bible then? Because it doesn't exist, that's why. If it existed, God would have told us in the Bible that there was a second sun. It's just a cult, that's all it is. They believe that in and worship this black sun agenda, and which they call it Planet X. That's what they call it. It ain't a sun. We don't have two suns, there's only one. God created the moon, the earth, and the sun. There's no such thing as two suns, there's only one. Because it clearly says that. It says in the Bible, God created the earth, the stars, the moon, and the universe. And the earth and the heavens. Not this planet that just came out of thin air. Because all it is the agenda. Basically, this is supposed to be the rogue planet that smashed every single planet and created Earth out of thin air. Complete garbage. We know that God created the universe and everything, that's a fact. Scientists still try. Even most scientists now have to admit that God does exist, that something had to create the universe, life. I mean, just think of it. Everything in this world, the air, the breath that you breathe, the water, had to be a certain way for someone to live on Earth. So it proves that the evolution agenda is complete bull, because one, every single thing would have to be, and even some scientists have admitted it, that for the Earth to create itself in a Big Bang, it's impossible. It is impossible for it to happen. It really is. It's impossible. God created the earth and created everything. That's the reality. But the occultists can't accept that and they don't care. But as I said, everything on earth had to be specifically in a certain way for us to live on it, which proves, I mean, something that's just created itself, which is everything would have to be a certain way, which proves God put all this on earth. The air we breathe, the water. I mean, God made the water clean enough for us to drink. It's a fact, but don't fall for this agenda, because that's all this is. The eclipse agenda that this simulates the apocalypse. Yet there's no record in the Bible and a mention of a solar eclipse. There's not one mention at all. So it's just a myth and a lie. Don't fall for it. See what I mean? He's basically stood there with his arms out, worshipping this. Sun worship. Notice how it's a planet, and it looks like a black sun. It's the black sun agenda. It's a cult agenda, that's all it is. He's basically standing there worshipping this. Sun worship, pagan, satanic. You can clearly see that this is another planet, and the sun's there. This doesn't happen. God turns the moon dark, not a planet. And look what we have here, the worship of Saturn, the planet Saturn. This is as well a cult. This is a cult as well. This is occultic. The worshipping the planet Saturn, because the Saturn planet is known to be connected to Satan, and they're basically making people worship Satan when they think of Saturn. That's all it is. Many Satanists and occultists worship the planet Saturn for a reason, because it's connected to the black cube agenda, which you see that's why in Islam they worship that black cube, because it's connected to Saturn. They basically believe that God put us on Earth and trapped us, and the Earth is in the shape of a black cube. Complete occult and lie agenda. Black cube. That's why you see black cubes all over the world. For a reason. It's worship, basically indoctrinating you with worship of planet Earth. Basically planet Saturn. Well, as we see here is proof. Many artists have got the Illuminati tattoo. Notice here, Eminem. Most people probably never even noticed this because it's hidden in plain sight. A lot of artists. Justin Bieber, the Illuminati. As we see, basically saying believe in the Illuminati. Min as well, Drake. That's obviously a new tattoo because, well, honestly, look, while from 666 open as well promoting the owl. These people don't get the OCNI for no reason. It's done for a reason. They get the tattoo for a reason. As we see with Chris Brown, Pyramid with the OCNI, and then we got the snake representation of Lucifer, the serpent. As we see here, Illuminati Pyramid, and the logo right on his back. He ain't trying to hide it. Because these people are sellouts. As we see, Lil Wayne gets the OCNI tattooed on his chin. When people get this tattoo, they're the ones that have sold the soul. Because the OCNI represents Lucifer. They love Lucifer, and as we see here as well. I mean, the list just goes on and on and on. The amount of people that have got the tattoo says it all. People don't just get this tattoo for no reason. They get it to show their alliance to the Illuminati. As you see, promotion, that's all it is.